Right. What are you thinking for a score then? Italy, England.
I think both of them are defensively really sound, aren't they? I think the thing with England is they've got their first choice wing backs on, whereas Italy lost what's his name?
Spinazzola.
Spinazzola. I was going to say Spinazzola, who I thought was so good, man.
Oh, yeah, brilliant.
He's maybe been my favourite player of the tournament, to be honest. But so I think England are going to be really hard to break down. I think Italy will be really hard to break down. I think it's going to be. I reckon Italy will do exactly what they did against Spain and just revert to Typlex and just sit back, let England pass it around and that, try and get out on the counter attack. The thing is Italy can score from anywhere on the pitch. You know, with the England haven't scored that many goals and none of them have been really screamers, have they? You know, you saw that Chiesa goal against Spain. It was a beauty. You know, he got it between two players. The goalkeeper didn't even have a chance to think about it. It's one of them, you know, where the keeper just looks to the side.
Yeah, just not having it.
Exactly. So I think that's something that Italy have over England. England have been sort of walking it into it to an extent. Like, none of their goals have been beautiful. They've had a couple good headers maybe, but like both. Well, I think Kane scored 4 now, is he? But the Kane penalty, one was a penalty, 2 against
one against Germany
and Ukraine, 2 against Ukraine, and both the ones against Ukraine were ugly, sort of, you know.
The one against Germany was, I think it was from Grealish, wasn't it? He sort of got it in the 6-yard box and just sort of poked it home. But that's the thing. I think the way England are playing now, Italy will just sit back and let them play into that style. Because
if Italy go for 1-0 against Spain, they're going to do the same against England.
Oh, yeah.
Because England have been better than Spain this tournament, probably.
It's just really impressive how they've sort of nailed 2 game plans in one tournament. I think it just shows what Mancini and his staff have done, because they're playing really nice, expansive football, keeping the ball high up the pitch and creating a lot of chances in the, well, I mean, easier games, if you'd say, throughout the groups. But
they've got so much depth as well. I mean, Chiesa didn't start the first couple of games, I don't think. And I'll look at him, that, you know, I'm going to be going on about that goal against Spain for a while because it really impressed me in that. But, you know, when they played against us, they put out a completely different team. And then since that moment, they've been a lot more, it's been a lot less sort of fixed, the starting 11 and stuff. And it's done them really well. You know, they've only conceded, I think, 1 goal. No. What? Yeah, 1 goal against Austria and 1 goal against Spain. I think that's been it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Who did they play in the quarters? No, Belgium scored on it, but that was a penalty.
Oh yeah, so they've only conceded 3, haven't they?
Right. So, but what, you know, 2 from open play. The Austria one was in extra time. The Spain one was right at the death. So I guess that also says that with Italy, they have to be really switched on the dying moments, you know. But I think they'll have too much for England. That is pure bias as well. I physically cannot talk about this without bias. It's too difficult. So I'm going to say 2-1. 2-1. I think Italy will score, not in the early stages of the second half. I'm thinking between 50 and 60 minutes. And then again, quick fire. England will sort of galvanise towards the end and nick one, and it'll be nail biting stuff until the last, and then we'll see what happens then. But I think 2-1.
2-1. That's I was going to say 2-0. I can't not be biased, and we are a Welsh sport, music, etc. podcast at the end of the day, so we're probably never going to back England. Sorry, James Collins and Jason Mohammed and whoever else has been moaning this week.
Jason Mohammed been on it?
No, he's just one of the usual suspects, hasn't he? So I just thought I'd throw him in there. But you know, I like you said, I think Italy are going to have too much for England. I know Southgate's been getting some really not exactly nice football, but he's getting some solid results out of a sort of quite set team he's been using. But you've got that much attacking talent on the bench that you're not even using. You look at players like Sancho, Grealish, Foden's playing a bit more of a bit part now. I'm quite happy that Saka's come in. But you can't, they can't really drop Sterling with he's been the main goal threat going forward. Kane's started finding his touch again now, scoring mainly tap-ins and rebounded penalties, but
that penalty is heartbreaking, man. Watching it back, I can't believe it.
And I got so excited when he saved it.
The England fans with the laser, what is that about?
That's naughty. Booing national anthems, green laser pens, just this is
also
like the other stuff why we won't back you.
I have a massive problem with people saying it's coming home when you played like 4 out of the 5 games you played at home. If it's coming home, then it came home at the beginning of the tournament, didn't it? You know, it's ridiculous. But
that's why it's going to be even funnier if football doesn't come home and it never really left Wembley.
If they win, then it's just a tribute to how awful the organisation of this tournament has been. Basically, it's been a complete home advantage for England the entire time. For so many of the teams, they've had such a like we talked about in the last podcast. In the semi-finals, all four of them had played all of their group stages games at home, and then England again. They've only played 1 game away from home. It's meant to be a neutral tournament. It's a load of rubbish. I hope it never happens again like this.
No, I think they've already done it for that 50th anniversary, but especially with the current global situation going on now, wouldn't it have been easier just to move it to one country?
I mean, now if you look at Tokyo for the Olympics, they've ruled the line under it and said no spectators.
No fans at all. You just got to create, you've probably got maybe 10 times, 20 times the amount of people, because you think the amount of disciplines and sports there are in the Olympics, like how many countries compete in it as well, and all the independent little athletes going.
I learned the other day as well that Tokyo is the most populated city in the world.
Oh,
wouldn't have been my first shout, to be honest.
Can you remember the population size?
Tokyo population is 70 million.
70 million. Wow.
I'm gonna Google it.
If it is, that's 10 Londons, which is but also, I do understand.
No, I'm well out of
line.
You're well out of line. 13 million.
13 million. Oh, okay. That's nearly 2 Londons. To be fair, I do understand the predicament UEFA are in. I mean, Michel Platini is the one that's gone to jail, right? He isn't. I think so. He isn't there to swindle bribes for him anymore. So they have to take the Azerbaijani gas pipeline money.
Oh, I never want to hear the word Azerbaijan ever again in my life.
I just really hope we don't get them in a European or World Cup qualifying group for a while, because
if they are, I'm going to get a second home in Azerbaijan. I'm going to get a second home in Baku. I'm sick of it.
I mean, we've all checked out the flight itineraries to Baku before as well. If you can get a direct flight, well done. But if you can't, my God, it is just like unreasonable to the point of you do consider driving through about 8 countries to get there.
Anyway, it's just too much in it.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, 2-0 would be sound as well. I'd take anything basically. As long
2-1, 2-0. Forza Italia, we don't care.
Forza Italia.